Welcome back to the Talking Mug. Today, we're talking about an 18-month-old whose mother left her. Can you imagine 18 months old, a year and a half, just when you want that attention, that nurturing, the safety of your mom, and she didn't have it anymore? But we're not here to talk about the person that left. We're here to talk about the person that stayed, her dad, who raised Holly and her brother on his own. And we have Holly here with us today to tell us her story of how her single dad raised them and was their hero. Thank you, Holly, for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Like I said, you were 18 months old, a year and a half,
Mhm.
where most kids at that age usually want to hug their mother, want to just have that nurturing. But you had that. You had it from your dad.
Mhm.
And he was there for you from the very beginning and raised you and Cody
Mhm.
as though it was normal.
Yeah.
And can you tell us what your earliest memory is of your dad?
Um, I would say, like, you mean at the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I know that we were put in the newspaper. I can't quite remember all the details to the story
Mhm.
as to I was pretty young. And but it was just always very meaningful because we always kept that copy of a picture of me and my dad cooking dinner and then Cody's at the table doing his homework.
Okay.
So
Can you remember how old you think Cody was at the time?
that
Or
she left.
no, that was in the paper that you remember.
Um,
I mean, I
I
would
don't
say he was in
know.
school if he
Yeah,
was doing homework. So,
right.
and you were helping your dad cook dinner.
I was.
With that, can you remember maybe not what you were making that
Yeah.
night, of course,
Yeah.
but can you remember a favorite meal that your dad would make for you guys?
We were big on hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't eat it now though.
No, you can't.
No.
That's funny. Yeah. Did you ever question when you were little where your mom was? Can you
Mhm.
remember? Or it was just the norm for you
Yeah.
that there was,
Yeah.
um, so when we often hear about mom things and dad things, but your dad had to be both.
Mhm.
And were there any times where you saw your dad just working extra hard to fill that mom role for you? Were there any like times where a mom should be there, but
Mhm.
it was your dad and he was just like, hey, I'm the mom too in
Yeah.
this role.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, of course, young teenagers, you gotta start going bra shopping and all the
oh,
things.
yeah,
So he was, I mean, it very made it very comfortable. Like it was, we just had not fun with it, but we joked around and stuff.
right,
But he made it feel like that there wasn't somebody missing there.
right. Yeah.
So,
And I mentioned that it was you and your brother. Was there ever a time that you and Cody would have like your own little secrets away from your dad when you guys were younger, even?
we made a
Or,
lot of forts,
okay,
but any like secrets, no.
okay,
But one secret we had as a family, for more safety reasons, was we once I even got into school too, obviously Cody and I have a little bit of an age gap, but we had a code
okay,
and it was of a specific color. And if
okay,
that person, for example, was trying to pick us up from school, if they didn't tell the principal that code that we
right.
had,
Yeah.
then we knew not to go with them.
Oh, I like that's very smart
Yeah.
because even in this day and age, really to do that, but
Yeah.
to know that you have one parent and
Hmm.
that was the code that you guys all
Yeah.
went by.
Hmm.
Um so speaking of that, I have my little notes here as always. In the house with just the three of you, did you and your brother have a secret code? amongst just the two of you guys?
No,
No, there was nothing like, oh my gosh, dad's coming.
no.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you guys were pretty honest with your dad
Yeah,
for the most part.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, Cody, he grew up in like wrestling and
Okay.
football and stuff. So, like joking around, he would try to like put me in what they call like a chicken wing and, like try to do it when dad wasn't looking kind of
Great.
thing. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I posted a picture. I don't know if you guys all saw it. If you didn't, you have to make sure you check it out. But it was a picture, and you had posted it. I believe it was for your dad's birthday, maybe, or
Yeah.
Cody's
I think it
birthday.
was Cody's.
Okay. And I'm telling you, that picture to me
Hmm.
just tells the whole story.
Yeah.
Like, your dad has an arm around you
Hmm.
and his arm up over Cody, and you're squeezing your dad.
Yeah.
And do you know how old you were in that picture? I mean, you were pretty
Yeah. I
young.
was pretty young in it.
Yeah. But it just, to me,
Probably
just
like
tells the whole story.
maybe 5,
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say is a good guess. But
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot of my for me it was a little bit different growing up where I was not able to get any of my baby pictures
Okay.
where
Okay.
Cody was.
Yeah.
Whether there's still a thing right now or not, we still don't know.
Right.
So it was a little bit different even when I graduated high school because I wanted to make a poster
Oh,
board
yeah.
and
Of course.
that like everybody does.
Right.
And yeah, no, for some reason she just won't.
She wouldn't give them to you.
No.
Yeah, again, as a mom, like I can't relate to that because,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
just keep thinking of that little girl,
Hmm.
without a mom, just kind of breaks my heart a little bit, it
Yeah.
makes me sad. I will mention I am Holly's mother-in-law. So I do know her dad, Chet, who is a, an awesome guy.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you, anybody that, because he could have just walked away. He could have been like, you
Hmm.
know what? I'm not, I love these kids. But I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Or he could have just went out and found random women
Yeah.
to bring into the house. And
Hmm.
he didn't do that.
Yeah.
He knew that he was there
Hmm.
for you guys, and you guys knew he was there for him,
Yeah.
and
It's a lot for
oh,
us.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most children at your age,
Hmm.
girls, I want to say, um, always wants their hair pretty and put up in bows and stuff.
Yeah.
Did your dad do that for you?
So to my memory and knowledge, not anything like with the bows or anything like
Okay.
that, but you know how like my dad kind of has like that flip to his hair.
Yeah.
So that was always like his favorite hairstyle. Like
Okay.
for like picture day, he would always flip my hair over. And for
Okay.
the longest time I hated it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because I always parted it in the middle.
Right.
And but now I wear it with the flip and I've had for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
That's just what I call it. It's not
The
like an
flip.
actual hairstyle, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, well, it's your hairstyle with your dad.
Yeah.
It's the flip, people.
It's
If you
the
want to
flip.
if you want to learn about the flip, get a hold of us. Tell them you heard it here on the Talking Mug. So growing up with two guys in the house,
Mm,
did they play tea party with you or dress up with you at all?
no. And
No.
I could never imagine
No.
my brother over with a teacup in his hand, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure if I asked, yeah.
They probably would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you remember, besides building forts, was there any like nighttime rituals that you guys did? Like, did your dad read you guys a book, or like anything that you can remember of being young as to what you guys had to do at nighttime?
Mm-mm.
Nothing like that
No.
and stuff. I'm just trying to, one of the things I did want to ask
Mhm.
is, with your dad being the only parent,
Hmm.
did he let things slide a little bit more, or was he a little bit tougher on you guys because he knew he was the only parent? He had to take both roles.
Right. So I would personally say and honestly say he was a perfect amount of both.
Okay.
He was what people say is a cool dad. Still is
Okay.
a cool dad.
Yeah.
But he also knew the limits and made sure Cody and I knew from right to wrong.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, you had mentioned at some point that, I mean, you guys didn't have much money.
mhm.
And Was there ever a time that you can think of that you wanted something that you just couldn't have, and your dad kind of struggled with that, not being able to provide that for you?
I mean, I don't remember anything if he did struggle, of feelings or anything
He
like
didn't let
that,
it.
but I do know he'd always tell me a story whenever obviously growing up, that I was very interesting to take to the stores
Okay.
because I would, of course, ride in the cart.
Yeah.
And then when my dad gets to the checkout counter, he's grabbing all this stuff that he didn't grab. And
Oh.
so then he started calling me fingers. So my Uncle Jerry was in our lives, like
Okay.
an important role in
And
our
Jerry
lives too.
is
My dad's brother.
your dad's brother. Okay.
And so one of the instances with my Uncle Jerry, he had to, he watched Cody and I a lot of the times, or he was a big person that came and picked us up from school.
Okay.
He was one of the only ones that knew the code, back to what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
And he's like, I'd always had to remind your Uncle Jerry that you got fingers with you. So you got to make sure she's
Uh,
not just picking things out of the aisle as you're going shopping. So,
oh, well,
um,
that's nice. So your dad actually had a little bit of help that he could do. So you
yeah.
actually had another man in your
Yeah.
life then. So we appreciate you, Uncle Jerry. So, um, yeah, it's just, to me, again, it's just as a girl with all these men in your life,
Hmm.
and girls have girl things
Yeah.
going on. How did your dad handle those kind of moments?
Honestly, a lot of like those type of moments I kind of learned on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had to grow up a little bit faster than
Hmm.
most girls your age, had
Yeah.
to, for sure. So when you were a teenager
Hmm.
and you would go to like dances and stuff, did you go to like proms or
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Hmm.
Would you go with girlfriends to pick out your dress, or would your dad want to be there with you?
Yeah. No, it was my dad went every
Your
time.
dad was there with you.
Hmm.
That's great. And you mentioned earlier about bras and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I know your dad, so I could just picture your dad out there going with you buying those
Oh, yeah.
bras. And
I mean, and it wouldn't even phase him.
no,
No.
yeah, doing laundry. So you think
Hmm.
about doing laundry and stuff like that. Did you have to learn at an early age to do laundry, or was that a task that
No.
your dad took on still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he didn't make you feel like you needed to be the woman of the house
No.
at all.
No.
You
Yeah.
were truly his daughter, the
Hmm.
child, and he was the one taking care of everything.
Yep.
And so was there times that you would go to your dad and tell him a secret about a boy or anything like that? Would you
Hmm.
disclose those things to your dad?
Yeah.
So was it hard to have a boyfriend or whatever,
Hmm.
and that would live up to who your dad was? Like, would you look for a guy that reminded you of your dad, or did you kind of go the opposite way of it? It's kind of a tricky question.
Yeah, a little bit, but I would say, I mean, he put a good like ideas what like a man should be,
Okay. Yeah.
obviously he raised me.
Right.
So but I also wasn't super picky either, but my
Yeah.
dad also wasn't afraid to tell me if it wasn't his
Wasn't
favorite.
okay. Yeah.
Basically, but
Okay.
yeah, so
Yeah. Which any parent would. Yeah, really.
yeah.
I mean, so you do have other siblings,
Hmm.
and Cody is your full brother,
Yep.
but you have other siblings. Can you talk about that at all, or do you want to talk about any of that? Like,
Yeah, I have two half sisters and then a half brother.
okay, and they've been in your life for quite a while.
Yeah, ever since we were little.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
and your dad kind of was involved in their life as well,
he was.
and not being their dad,
Right.
but he was involved with them
Yeah.
because they were your siblings,
Hmm.
and so you guys were all a family, really.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he took him, like he looked at him as like his own biologically. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So you mentioned Cody being he's 4 years older than you, 3 years older than you?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
about a 4 year.
Was there ever a time that you and Cody would butt heads as you guys got older?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely the sibling rivalry for sure.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm
So,
sure it was out of love, but tough love,
well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would he ever step in when you brought a boy home? Would he always be like, I'm the big brother? Or would your other siblings, like, would any of them ever be like,
No,
because
the
you're
only
the youngest, right?
yeah, I'm the
Okay.
baby of 5,
So you're the youngest. Okay.
but, it's just me and Cody with my dad.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but no, the only time Cody would really, like, step in is if he felt like danger was in need and,
Okay.
or not in need, but, like, danger was around me or something, he would then step in, but other
Right.
than that, he was pretty laid back.
Yeah. He definitely is a laid back guy for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read my notes here, stuff. How did watching your dad show up every day affect the standard that you set for men? Which we kind of went over that.
Yeah.
Were you a little bit more independent or more selective? You were saying that you kind of were probably more selective because of your dad, because he set a standard for you of what
Right.
to look for.
I'd say my answer is probably a little bit of both, independent and selective.
Okay. You graduated high school
Mhm.
and decided to go on to nursing school.
Mhm.
And then you kind of switched your major to radiology.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why you wanted to switch to radiology, or you just kind of
Um,
were
my stomach wasn't strong enough for the whole nursing gig,
okay,
so
understandable? Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. We're going to bring up a little hard topic right now.
Yeah.
Just as you're heading off to college,
Mhm.
and where most girls are all about let's have a good time and let's let loose and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you got another thing thrown at you. Your dad found out he had lung cancer,
Yeah.
so you weren't able to again be that girl at the age that you should be. You weren't able to go and do the things that you wanted to do. What was that like for you?
I mean, obviously the diagnosis news was very hard.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I wasn't a very big like partier. Like I was still up until that time obviously living the life as a college student.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess is the best way to explain it. Because I was still blessed to be able to stay at home. Like I didn't have to stay
That's
on
yeah.
campus and all the things with that. Um, but yeah, obviously whenever we got the diagnosis in
Yeah.
2017, it
Okay.
was life
Yeah.
changing.
Let me just kind of go back just a tad, because there was one thing I wanted to mention was whenever you graduated high school,
Yeah.
um, did you ever during that period, while you're seeing everybody taking pictures, ever wish that you had two parents, or was it just truly you just from the very beginning at such a young age, it was just your dad and
Yeah.
that's the way it was. So he was your world, more
Yeah.
or less. So fast forward again, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. That really had to just at such a young age, because you were what, like 19, 20, something like that?
It was in 2017. So I want to say maybe 21
Okay. Okay.
or
So
22,
you were still
like in
pretty
between.
young.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and so at that point, you weren't real sure, am I going to lose my dad?
Yeah.
I'm sure it had to go through your mind,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and thinking, here's my world.
Right.
And now he's been your anchor for how long?
Hmm.
Did he ever show any kind of like, how do I want to word it? Like he needed help now. Did he ever ask for help? Did he ever, it had to be hard for him.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely hard, but with us, the three of us had such a tight bond. Um, I'm sure a little bit of it is, as a father, he didn't want to like,
Right.
he wanted to stay strong for us and for himself.
Right.
But all in all, we were at least able to talk about things,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So I think
Absolutely.
that really helped not only just him, but also Cody and I as
Right.
the kids going through it too with
Yeah.
him. So,
Yeah. So at one point, I think you had told me you thought about dropping out of college to
yes.
take care of your dad.
Hmm.
And what did your dad tell you?
So it was whenever I was still in the radiology program, and I started in August of 2017, and then October of 2017, just a few months into school, my dad was diagnosed. So of course, instantly I just went into the mode of, yeah, I can always do college later, or you know what I mean? Like I
Right.
need to be
Yeah.
here for my dad, and
Right.
this is huge right now. So
Yeah.
but he said that number one thing, no matter how the route went, whether it was good or bad, he didn't want me to drop out of school.
Yeah. Keep that that was just your dad. He was just
Yeah.
always like, it's not about me, it's about you.
Hmm.
Don't give up on you,
Yeah.
you know. Um so when things were at the hardest during his treatments and stuff,
Hmm.
was there a lesson that he taught you growing up that just kept you going?
He always, for Cody and I both, he always told us whether it was sports related or anything that we wanted to start new,
Mhm.
that if we start it, we have to finish it
Right.
and then make the decision. Do you want to do it again?
Right.
So on and so forth. So
Yeah.
just never giving up is basically
Yeah.
always what
And
keeps me going.
which probably was his motto for himself.
Oh, yeah.
He knew he had to be there for you kids no matter what age you guys were.
Mhm.
And so that gave him a little bit more endurance to
Yeah.
go through the treatments and stuff. Um, was there a time that he was really kind of down and out and just, you just weren't sure, like, what do I need to do at this point? You know?
I would say more so probably whenever he had to do chemo
Yeah.
in 17, that really took a toll on his body. Not only did he go through major surgery,
Right.
so all that stuff was, of course, new to Cody and I.
Hmm.
So we just wanted to be able to care for him the right way, whether
Yeah.
I know there was a time after his first surgery and then he was getting chemo. So, of course, he had to pour it in.
Hmm.
And just obviously fresh in any form of medical field, which was the radiology program that I was going through at the time.
Hmm.
Um, they had like a stay-at-home nurse. They gave him an option, and we had to give him like his some form of like medicine through his port.
Okay.
And of course, when my dad first got sick, he didn't have health insurance.
Okay.
So when he went in the hospital and was doing all the stress tests, all the things for his first surgery,
Hmm.
and he lost half his left lung, um, the one doctor there told his PCP at the time, like, what is he doing here? He has no health insurance.
Oh,
Um, and his PCP basically, in that particular time, saved his life too, because he fought for my dad to be able to.
wow.
But he was, he told my dad, you got to apply for Medicare and or Medicaid, whatever. And he did, and
Hmm.
he got approved. But obviously, that only covers so much. So
Yeah.
we couldn't at first have an at home nurse. So they kind of showed me in the hospital how to inject whatever this medicine was and
Okay.
into his port. So that was pretty scary for me
Oh,
because
I'm
I was
sure.
like, a simple error in the line or, anything like that.
Right.
It's a very tedious
Wow.
responsibility.
Oh, absolutely. And again, do you think maybe subconsciously, like, what made you go into that field? I think about that because it kind of brings it full circle to
Hmm.
what your dad's been
Going
going
through.
through,
Yeah.
went through and still is.
Yeah.
Um, that being in that field
Hmm.
has maybe to
It's
me, because
helped.
you went into it before you even knew your dad
Hmm.
was sick. So to me, like, was it subconsciously like the way that your dad raised you? He was raising you for this moment, I guess you want to
Right.
say, to, provide for him as much as he's provided for you and Cody, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, like whenever, if I'm being honest, out of high school, I never would thought I even would have went to college.
Okay.
So when I wanted to start going to college, it was a surprise to my dad, but a good surprise.
Right.
And even a little bit to me too, which was good.
Hmm.
But I've always, when I started thinking about college and things like that, it was either I wanted to be in some form of role in the medical field or become a lawyer.
Okay. Yeah. You've always had that as long as I've known you.
Mhm.
Um, the sense of you love deeply.
Yeah.
You do. Like it's like you want to help anybody and everybody that you can.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good testament to your dad
Mhm.
for raising you, because you could have just been like this wild child.
Yeah.
And maybe you were, I don't know, because I
No.
didn't know you back then,
Yeah.
um, but you could have just been a wild child.
Mhm.
So by the way that your dad raised you was to be very grown up, very mature still,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
got you into the position that you knew when your dad wasn't well, that
Yeah.
you were you were taking care of him. I
Right.
mean, as
Yeah.
well as your brother and other people, I'm sure, had stepped up to help and stuff like that. It's just, to me, like being in the radiology, not knowing that your dad was going through that. I just thought that was kind of, maybe subconsciously something that was going on there.
Yeah.
We had talked about you. Let's step back for a second.
Mhm.
How many times have your dad had to deal with, because he's going through it now
Mhm.
again?
Yeah.
How many times has your dad been through this? Like he's gone in remission before,
Mhm.
and then how many times?
So, 4 all in all.
Okay.
Um, and he's
Wow.
had 2 surgeries.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, right now, at any time, actually, he can't undergo any more surgeries.
Okay.
It's just his lungs aren't strong enough. It won't,
Yeah.
you know. But so he's been doing radiation,
Hmm.
um, and that seems to be really doing the trick. And he's actually handling the radiation really well, which is
Good.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that to me, just from the very beginning of the type of man that he
Hmm.
is whenever that person left, when your mother left, and your dad just stepped up to that without even thinking twice about it.
Hmm.
And then dealing with what he's dealing with from 17 till now, really off and
Yeah.
on, just shows you like he's not giving up. He would
No.
never give up
Mm-mm.
or anything like that.
And one story I'll never forget. Obviously, my dad shared this with me when Cody and I got to the appropriate age too. But I was still in a car seat, and when they split, went their separate ways, it sounded more so civil,
Hmm.
50-50. It's not like it was. They weren't married, so you can't
Yeah.
really say an ugly divorce. But with custody wise, it could get ugly.
Right. Absolutely.
Um, And there was apparently like weekends, whether it was around holidays or whatever, but there was a weekend that she asked if she could have Cody and I for the
Hmm.
weekend. My dad's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Um, Cody obviously is older than me, so
Right.
he was not like in a car seat. He was, I want to say he was maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6, old enough to be able to pick up a phone and call for
Okay.
help.
Hmm.
Um, and so my dad drops us off. I'm in a car seat, still a baby. And my dad gets home, and not shortly after, he gets a phone call from Cody saying that, hey, Holly's still in her car seat. She's crying. She has an 8.
Oh my.
Um, but, you know, she was nowhere to be found. So my dad's like, all right. And this was actually like his last straw. I mean,
Yeah.
there was other episodes
Understandable.
too, but
Yeah.
so to my knowledge, it was an apartment that was above, like, whether it was like a restaurant or a bar or whatever.
Hmm.
Well, she was downstairs at the bar, restaurant, whatever it may have been.
And you were still in a car seat.
Hmm.
Wow.
So obviously, my dad rushed over. He got us, and that's actually when he took it to court,
Mm.
and
Understandable.
he won the custody battle. And we feel obviously PA, the moms always win, but if we
Well,
were in, since we were in North Carolina, he won it.
oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
going to say absolutely, because the majority of the times, because mothers are the moms, I
Yeah.
mean, they really are supposed to be the ones that have that nurturing side and,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff that not always it should be, but usually they do win the custody of it all. So
Mhm.
you got to think, wow, God was on your side as well at that point too,
Right.
to make
Definitely
sure,
on his side.
right, to make sure that that happened and you guys were able to be in a loving
Home
home
and
and you
yeah.
felt safe and secure with your dad. And I'm sure that had to be scary for Cody because
Mhm.
you were probably way too young to even remember. But I'm
Yeah.
sure for Cody, again, he had to grow up way faster than he was
Yeah.
probably supposed to too, because what 4, 5, 6-year-old
Mhm.
would have to call another parent to say,
Yeah.
because he was looking out for his sister. She
Yeah.
has an 8. She's been sitting in the car seat. So
Right.
yeah, that's a lot on Cody as well.
Yeah.
And your dad, again, he could have been out partying or doing whatever else that he wanted to. And thank goodness he was there waiting for that call, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Yeah.
waiting, but, he was there and
Mhm.
got the call. So it could have went a whole different direction. So
Right.
I'm switching gears a little bit.
Yeah.
You're married now.
I
You just
am.
turned 30 this year.
I did.
And she married a great young man, which happens to be my son. How did you prepare your dad, your hero?
Mhm.
How did you prepare your dad to meet Justin? And how did you prepare Justin to meet your dad?
I would say if anybody was nervous between the 2 of them to meet, would probably be Justin was nervous.
Yeah,
Of course, because like anybody would think, it's the dad.
right.
Um, I think Justin knew that our mother wasn't around, but I
Yeah,
don't know if he knew the full extent
yeah,
going into meeting the family more so. But
right.
um my dad, as he is, he's just cool, calm, and collected. So he was pretty
Yeah,
easygoing about it.
yeah. And I can see Justin now. Being my son, he's yeah, I can see him being nervous about meeting your dad. And
Yeah.
I'm sure he also knew that, and I'm sure you had, because you guys had talked prior to meeting, of course,
Yeah.
meeting your dad and stuff, and that he knew your dad was the main man in your life.
Yeah.
And now, so your dad then too knew he was the main man in your life.
Yeah.
And now I'm sure for him thinking, whoa, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I have to share you now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was hard on him as well. But I think they've worked it out pretty well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
have a great relationship.
Yeah.
We actually all go camping together and stuff.
Oh,
We all have a
yeah.
great relationship,
Yeah.
and Chet is definitely one of a kind. He keeps us all on our toes, and everybody at the campground he keeps on their toes as well. Has there ever been a time that you can remember that maybe your dad was over and Justin asked your dad for advice on something? Is there anything like that you can think of that,
Um,
or helped him fix something or
oh,
anything
yeah.
like that?
Yeah. Justin's really great with my dad,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to technical things.
Okay.
Yeah, he's always calling Justin, like, with anything with the TV. But yeah,
Yeah.
Justin's real. He walks him through everything, shows him how to do it. And at
Yeah.
the end of it, we all just get a laugh out of it because
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah. They're just,
everything's just funny, I guess.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah. I agree.
we
I
just have
agree.
fun with everything we do.
So we are coming towards the end, and but one of the questions I did want to ask was, if your dad, I'm gonna read it here, because if your dad was sitting right here listening to everything we've just talked about, because this is pre-recorded, what is one thing you hope he feels most proud of? Not just about how he raised you, but about the woman, the wife, and the daughter that you are today.
I would say my strength.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, you've had to deal with way more than any child, adolescent,
Hmm.
teenager, adult
Yeah.
person would have to do. But I'm sure there are other people out there that are going through it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
is there anything that you would want to maybe say to somebody else that might be going through a similar situation? Is there any advice that you would give to them?
Obviously, that you're not alone. and just to keep your head up and stay as positive as you can. And I'm sure if you need to talk to somebody, I'm always open to talk, even if it's a stranger. So,
Absolutely. Families are so diverse anymore.
mhm,
And we always talk about the single moms. And, we tend to forget about the dads
mhm,
sometimes. And that's what this story was about, was just to let the dads know too, if you're out there and you're raising a family on your own,
mhm.
that just keep pushing through,
Yeah.
because you will see in Holly's story that she truly um, is an inspiration as well. Like,
Oh, thank you.
you've had to endure a lot. Your brother and you both have had to endure a lot, and wasn't the normal family, but to you guys, it was a normal family.
Yeah.
You guys loved each other. There
Oh, yeah.
wasn't a lack of that.
Mm-mm.
You guys respect each other so much. Just a little bit tighter bond than
Oh, yeah.
most families, because it was just you three,
Yeah.
besides your other siblings, but really in the household, it was you three.
Y
So, again, thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Um, Whenever I end my segments, my episodes, I always like to do what I call mug shots. So, what they are is I'm going to ask you some questions, and just answer as short of an answer as you can. And if you can't answer a short question, that's okay too.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a rapid round. So, I call them mug shots. So, Holly, we're going to say, do you like would you prefer coffee, tea, or water, or maybe something else?
Prefer or is my favorite?
Your favorite?
Coffee.
Coffee. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early.
Early bird. One word to describe your dad.
Hero.
Hero. One word to describe your brother, Cody.
I would say quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a song, or maybe multiple songs, but that would always make you feel strong?
I don't think I really have a particular song.
Is there a certain type of music you listen to that maybe just brings the strength out in you?
Uh, I listen to Christian music,
Okay. Okay.
and I love my podcast. So,
Okay. There you go.
yeah.
And one of her favorite podcasts is The Talking Mug, just to let you all know. So, um, what is your happy place when life gets loud?
The gym.
The gym. What is one thing you're most proud of? What is one thing that you said you would be most proud of, that 18-year-old girl, 18-month-old girl, sorry,
The woman I
the
became.
woman you became?
Yeah.
If you could travel back in time at any age, what
Mhm.
age would that be?
Probably 16.
16. Oh man, 16. What a time. So, besides your dad,
Mhm.
a hero in your life beside your dad,
I'd say my husband, Justin.
Justin. Best piece of advice your dad ever gave to you?
Never give up.
Never give up. Absolutely. What is one dad skill you actually inherited, would
Hmm.
you say?
Humor.
Humor. That's a good one. 3 words you would describe yourself.
Independent, willing to help, and outgoing.
Yes, very much so. What are you most excited for in your 30s?
Starting a family.
Starting a family. I'm most excited about that. But yes, this is not about me. But, anyways, complete this sentence. I am ready for.
A family.
Would say yes to. But, well, that's it, Holly. That's all my mugshot questions I have for you. And
Okay.
again, thank you all for joining us. And Holly, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it probably wasn't easy to do, but again, you are a true inspiration. And
Oh, thank you.
I really feel that people can relate to this, or some people could
Yeah.
relate to this story. And if you like this episode, be sure to like it, comment, and share it.
Mhm.
Um, Always subscribe if you haven't. Please do. That actually helps to share more stories like this and get them out there for other people that just may need to have that again, that little bit of inspiration.
Mhm.
So thank you, Holly.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time on the Talking Mug. Keep those mugs full and those conversations warm.